that she said I'm over pampering her. That one, I honestly, I was like, come, wait, I don't get it. The God that created her will take care of her. That I should leave her, I should free her. I should free her. My people. I don't understand though. Honestly, the way people think these days, I don't know this level of selfishness. Like, created her will take care of her. So that God will come down from heaven and come and help me give my child medication. Or what? So I was, honestly, it was when I go back home and I was thinking about everything that I just remembered the story of this Sylvester boy. And I was like, come, this is it. This is what people do. So, hello, good evening or good morning, whatever. Hi, everybody. Okay, Bukuntu is here. I'll just do this little intro to this matter on hand, because she's awake now, so I don't really want her to hear much of what I'll be saying, based on the kind of content it is for sensitive ears. So, but I'll just do the intro. I'm sure every one of us is in Nigeria right now. At least we are, one way or the other, aware about the Sylvester Oromoni case with Dowen College and all that. How he was bullied and eventually the poor boy died. So it was really a very painful news when I got to hear about it, and I don't know how things like that will be happening in our school system, and that's what prompted me to do this video, because of my own very recent experience too with the school system. And I think parents and even the leaders and even the school owners, they really need to wake up to this, because when people we entrust the care of our children, onto, and we expect them to do better and they disappoint, it can be really, I don't know. All right, so let me just, I would share my own experience, honestly, which just happened on Monday and Tuesday and this week, and today is 10th of December. Today is 10th of December 2021, and that just happened earlier in the week. That was 6th, and that should be it. I don't know how people tend to see things when they feel it's not their own. It's not their cup of tea, so to speak. But really, we're all humans, and if we cannot care for one another, and especially when you're supposed to be a school owner, a teacher, you are a caregiver, you are a stakeholder in the life of that child. If we don't trust you, we don't bring our children to your school or to your institution. So when people trust you, the greatest possession, should I use that word possession, in quotes, the greatest, assets that anyone has, that I believe, is our children. Because let me tell you, anything in this life can, they're physical things, and one way or the other, things can happen. But when your own children, they are part of your life. And when somebody chooses to just treat them anyhow, it doesn't make sense. And especially when people involved, now in this case now, the school owner, and she's also a mother. I don't really understand. I don't really get it. Okay, so I like I said, I'll be giving you the full gist later on when my daughter is asleep. Okay, so because I don't really want her to hear much of everything I'll be saying. Then I may do it tomorrow, maybe another time. So everybody just say hi to your girl, because this topic is majorly really about her anyway. Yeah, it's just about her. And by God's grace, the people who have had a loss, God will, repair their loss and all that. I would not have a loss. Nobody prays for such. But it doesn't mean we should be inhuman and we shouldn't care about what happens to others. And it shouldn't mean that we should turn blind eyes when it doesn't concern our own children. That's the point here. I like the fact that mothers in that school, in that college, spoke up and helped. It's the height of humanity, I'm telling you. And we are all humans. No matter what we believe, no matter our religion, no matter our lifestyle, whether you are rich or you are poor, whatever. We are all humans, and we should care about one another. That's what really was really important here. And you know, I really need to speak up too in this area, because anyway, it's in line with what I do. Those of you who are not first timers on this channel, I deal with child education, children education, and all that. And so it's in the education niche. I believe it's still connected to what I do, and I need to speak up. Say hi to your girl. We'll talk later. Boko, say hi to everyone. See, I'm getting better. Yes, better. All right. So that's Ibuko. She's still on flute. So, okay. All right. So later. All right. So bye later. This has really been an emotional period for everybody. But I felt I just needed to lend my voice to the right cause and not be afraid of whatever anyone will say. And since this also came very close, to home, and I, in the almost the same period of time, had such an experience in the school system, I felt I needed to share it. And for everyone that is a school owner and educationist out there, make sure that you operate, you conduct yourself with the human side of you, the human side of you. Don't be selfish. Don't just be thinking all about yourself alone and being insensitive. And for every parent out there, please be very, very careful the kind of environment the school you take your children to, and I pray that God will keep watching over them for us in Jesus' name. God bless you. So now let me just go right ahead into the full gist of what happened. This last Monday, I went to my daughter's school. Okay, no, on Sunday she was not feeling. I noticed that after we got back from church, she started having high temperature. That was towards the evening. So, and I was just watching her, trying to see how she would improve or whatever till morning. So when I saw that she wasn't really improving, like the temperature wasn't really going down. So and then she didn't really want to eat. She was only drinking water. Anything I offered her, she would either not eat or eat just about a spoon or thereabout. So I was getting concerned. So on the following morning, in fact, before it was daybreak, I was already feeling like I should just take her straight to the hospital and bring her right to this same hospital. So, but I remember that she had exams. Like they started their exams last week, Wednesday. And I felt I didn't really want her to miss, and then particularly because of the teacher, I was concerned that so that she won't feel as though my daughter and I are making her to have to stay over, or while others are able to complete their job and go, she needs to maybe spend extra time. So that was what I was considering. So in the morning I called the teacher, maybe around, I looked at the time she would have been at work. So that was around maybe past 8. So I called her and I explained to her that, like, I don't really want to bring her because of her condition, what I could see. But I didn't want to belabor her. That's the teacher herself. So I told her that. She said I should please bring her. I should just please bring her. I said yes, no problem, but she can't come now because I have to go and get drugs for her at the pharmacy. So because of that, I had to wait till about maybe 8:30 or around 9 or so. I went to get the drugs for her, and I used the medications for her, anti-malaria and cough syrup and all that, and then especially ibuprofen for the temperature. So with the belief that at least that will be able to bring down the temperature. So I did that, and she went to school. So she got to school, and I already told the teacher that judging by the time, it would be maybe around 11 before we'll be able to come. She said no problem, I should just make sure I bring her, that should please. I said no problem. So I took her to school around 11, and we got there. And as I was entering the school, because the proprietor's office is just like, that's the first place to reach before you get to my daughter's class. So I saw the proprietress and I said, look at this your girl, this and that, and she's not feeling well and all that over the night and all that. She was like, ah, wow, this and that. She, you know, greeted my daughter and all that. So she said, okay. So I went to the class, dropped her things, lunchbox and all that, and I left. Then the following day, now the medication she's on, you understand, you know, it's not like a single dose. I don't even think doctors advise that someone uses a single dose anti-malaria, even for adults, not talk of for a 3-year-old. I don't really think it's advisable. So she had to use another dose by the morning of the following day, which should have been at around 10 a.m. when I used the other one for her on Monday. Now this was Tuesday now. But because so that she will not get to school around 11 again, and at the same time I didn't want to overdose her system because I don't know how early will be the earliest I can use it for her. So I just decided to take it back by maybe 1 hour 30 minutes. That was what I did. So I calculated when it was around 9:30. Yeah, that was when I used, no, around 8:30 to 9. That was when I used the drugs for her. And you know, like a small child, I don't know, most mothers, I believe most mothers will have that experience that you have to use the such medications for the child where the child maybe has not bathed or is not dressed, because you can vomit everything, no. And both the drugs is wasted. You have to start washing clothes or bathe again and things like that. So I made sure she used the drug. I saw that okay, she had calmed down, she was not going to vomit it. Then I took her to bathe and all that, and we left for the school. So now this was now like an hour late, earlier than the previous day, right? So she now got to school around 10 now on Tuesday rather than around 11 the previous day. So as we got into the school, the proprietor just called me. I said, "Hey, mommy, Buku, what's all this?" This and that. I was like, "Oh yes, what happened?" So she was like, "You can't just be bringing your child to school by this time. We this is school. She's doing the exam. She's doing the exam." I was like, "Madam, you are aware that she's recovering and all that, and so I don't get where this is coming from." So she was like, no, she will not take that, this and that. But those, can I just be bringing her by now? This really, I was seriously taken aback, because I was just like, come, I don't get it. I explained this thing to you. You are aware. She's still on medication. Normally, I shouldn't even bring her to school. Like, why? I shouldn't even bring her. I'm supposed to have taken this girl to the hospital as at yesterday morning. But because I'm considering you guys, I'm considering the teacher, I decided to bring her and just be running her on medication, which I'm not even seeing. I'm telling you, this girl didn't eat. From that Monday, the food I put in her flask, she didn't touch it. I had to pour everything away. It got wasted. She only took small golden one, which I put there, which is normally what's just to support, which was supposed to be later in the afternoon. She should have taken that one. That was the only thing she took, and she didn't eat anything else until that following Tuesday. I'm telling you, she didn't eat. There was nothing I didn't offer her, even sweet lollipop, which normally almost every child drop. She didn't take it. She only licked it a little, and she was only drinking water. And I didn't want to give her all this, maybe drink and things like that, because most of them contain ascorbic acid, and they say don't give children all those juice or drink when they are on anti-malaria. So I was just wondering that how can you are a mother, you are a school owner, you have your own kids, and you're also relating this, your business is dealing with human lives, with kids, with children. How can you be saying this kind of things? So I tried to explain to her that this and that. She was like, no, she said I'm over pampering her. That one, I honestly, I was like, come, wait, I don't get it. I'm over pampering her. Like, how do you mean? Like, a child is sick, she's not even eating. At temperature, she's fighting all these things. I'm putting out my faith and everything, and medications and drugs and all that. And you are here telling me that I'm over pampering a 3-year-old. So for me not to over pamper her. She said, no, that the God that created her will take care of her. That I should leave her, I should free her. Hey, my people. I don't understand though. honestly, the way people think these days, I don't know this level of selfishness. Like, and this somebody who is a mother, who has her own children. I was like, I mean, you've now quickly forgotten what it means to take care of a little girl, a little child. 3-year-old, you are telling me I'm over pampering her, that I should free her. God that created that will take care of her. So that God will come down from heaven and come and help me give my child medication. Or what? So I was telling her, I said, I don't want to overdose her system. Normally, anti-malaria medication, even me as an adult, when I take it, even if I do not feel like eating, I will force myself to eat heavy, because there is a way that those medications used to, do someone's system somehow. I wouldn't be praying and, rejecting negative side effects and everything, and taking anything I can take just to relieve the, this other side of the drugs. Now you now want me, and now this is a girl that she's taking anti-malaria and she did not eat. So I'm having to try to manage, okay, let her temperature go down. At the same time, I'm trying to force. I didn't sleep. 2 days running, I didn't sleep. So I was telling her, I said, do you think, is that one pampering? Like, is that one pampering for a 3-year-old that is not eating? She's only drinking water, and her temperature, evening till morning. It's only the afternoon she plays. You don't know there's anything wrong with her. This kind of relapsing malaria kind of whatever they call it. You will not know anything is wrong with it. So I don't know whether it was because of that. I don't even know. But honestly, I really didn't expect such a thing from that kind of person. So I told her that is not over pampering, and I don't know what she means by that. So she told me that tomorrow, that's the following day, which was now Wednesday, she's telling me that my daughter must arrive school by 8 a.m. I must bring her to the assembly ground by 8 a.m. The school starts by 8 a.m. This and that. I said, madam, that cannot be possible, because I cannot give my daughter, because for me to bring her by 8 a.m., that means I would have forced her to eat or whatever, then give her that drug. Everything, I must do it by latest by maybe past 7, so that I'll rush up, finish with her, and we'll get out and she'll be in school by 8. So a drug, anti-malaria drug that a 3-year-old was supposed to use around 10 a.m. I backtracked it by 1 hour to around 9 a.m. Now you now want me to take it back by another, that's like going to take it by like 3 or almost 4 hours difference now, to give her by 7 o'clock. I said that cannot work. I will not overdose her system simply because we are doing exam now. I don't understand. Like, for what? It's not simple. Don't let me even go into that one. If she doesn't do the exam today, she will do it later. This is a 3-year-old, even if she's older. Everybody knows that anti-malaria drugs are not drugs that you just take and you are jumping about. And this is a girl that is not eating. You are not even asking me about her welfare. You are telling me that I must bring her to school by 8 a.m. Honestly, it was when I go back home and I was thinking about everything that I just remembered the story of this Sylvester boy. And I was like, come, this is it. This is what people do. Like, it's not only negligence, it's not even only on the part of the boys that bully that poor boy and it's their own parents. It's also a negligence from the part of the school. Because the father of that boy said he had reported before to them on this kind of, bullying and things like that. And now, if this one now is, because bullying is not only physical, what of emotional and verbal bullying? And you will not believe, when all this shouting and ranting and everything was going on by this woman, you will not believe that my daughter was right there with me in her office. I'm telling you. She didn't even say, oh, okay, mommy, Ibuku, take your daughter to the class, let her go and start her exams. Then, when you're on your way back, come, please, let's talk in my office. And you discuss things like a mature, you are talking to me as if I'm your last born. I'm your client, I'm your customer. There's a way you talk to people. And now we're even talking about the health and life of a child. You're not even putting that into consideration. Like, really, people need to wake up. This one, the school system, the way things run in this country, they are just giving room to just anyhow, things to be done anyhow. And it's It's appalling, I'm telling you. It's appalling because I was just shocked. I was like, this is how this kind of thing starts. Imagine if she now, I want secondary school too, which she just started, now becomes big, because there's money and everything in the nearest future. And they also now start this kind of thing. It's not our own school image she's going to be protecting again. She's not going to be fighting for her teachers, fighting for herself, not considering the life of the child and the parents. Anyway, so I told her that, she said, any drug, any medication my daughter wants to take, I should bring it to her the following morning. When I told her that it's not possible, that if she's telling me that my daughter must get to school by 8 a.m. the following day, that means my daughter will not come to school at all, since that is the only other option. She said, why would I say that? I said, yes, I can say that, because normally, even I told her to her face, I said, you guys, you already said it, and I'm going to show you that letter here. In their last, the last, the LIMS letter that they released going into this first term, she put it there by herself that any child that is sick, no parent should bring the child with paracetamol or whatever and give them to be nursing the child in school, that the child should stay at home. Now you are forgetting the law that you yourself, the regulation that you yourself created, and you are telling me that I should bring anti-malaria or whatever I want to use for my child and bring it to you in school, that you are going to use it for her. I don't know whether she thought I'm lying or something. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because I don't think anybody has ever given me that kind of offer. And I told her point blank, that will never happen. It's not possible. Because since I gave birth to that girl, she started crèche at 2 months and 2 weeks. Then I was still, working in an office. Even at that age, even whenever she was sick, she would rather miss a dose. I'm telling you, I would rather, if maybe she's supposed to use morning, afternoon, and night of that particular medication, I will give her in the morning. When I come, I will try to come back early in the afternoon, maybe towards evening, to give her that of the afternoon. Then she will use later in the night. I don't give medication for my daughter to anybody to use for me. No. Maybe because of a story my former colleague once told me of a mother who almost, who overdosed her own child and almost killed her child. So if a mother can make such a mistake, what can an outsider not do? Just imagine. I can never. I told her I can't. And I told her that means my child is not coming to school the following day. She said, I will come, I will bring my child to school, I'll be telling them that that they should please, if she wants to sleep, they should allow her to sleep. I said, so that statement now is a crime, or it's bad. For me to tell you that when a 3-year-old child that is not feeling too well, or is recovering in one area or the other, that me, the mother, have seen that is, showing symptoms of different things, and I say, I just try to bring this girl to school so that she will not miss, because of some other times that she was maybe sick or whatever and she couldn't go to school. So I'm like, okay, this one is not really, so just, or maybe when she's coming out of it and she's not fully strong, but I'll just bring her, say she has missed enough school, just please. But in case she's showing signs of wanting to sleep, or she's not, bright and all that, you can just allow her to rest a bit, sleep a bit, maybe 30 minutes, whatever, and she can wake up and be active and join the class. For a 3-year-old child, normally that is in nursery, a kindergarten, or which one are they calling now? So I told her that if that one has become something that I cannot say, that request is too big for me to make for my 3-year-old, then honestly, I started having second thoughts, and I was just pissed off. Honestly, I was just pissed off. So eventually, she more or less, I don't even know whether to say, she more or less embarrassed me one way or the other, just telling me, okay, I should go, I should leave. Honestly, I don't know. Me, I do business, so I have customers. There's a way you talk to people. Even when there's one of my customers that is owing me for how many months now, he has not paid me, and there's no justification for it. When he calls me, I still don't talk to him that way. Don't talk of somebody that I'm not owing. We are not owing her. It's not as if we are owing her school fees or anything. There's nothing, there's no problem, there's no issue. I have never gone there to make any trouble. Even when my daughter will come back from the school with bruises, I don't go back there and start fighting the teachers or fighting her or say, how come? How you people allow my daughter to get injured? Normally, those are what some parents do, but I don't count all those things as, well, what if the child got injured under your own nose? Who will you shout at now? So that's just my own life. I'm not perfect though, but I don't find people trouble. I don't. I just go my way. I'm easy going. 4 years I've been living in my house. Nobody can say, none of my neighbors can say I fought with them. Oh, I did. I just go my way. So I really felt I needed to raise this because my people have an adage that says that if you want to tame a tree, an Iroko tree, you do it when it's still very small. Because once it has grown, it will be a point of sacrifices. It will be a point where people will be going to make sacrifices. So I felt this kind of situation was just something like that if this kind of situation is not called, is not brought forth for people to be aware, to know that, so though you don't think it's something far away, that should just happened to that boy. I'm not, in Jesus' name, no evil will befall any one of us. And the family that lost this, God will repair their loss. No, I will never declare anything negative or say, no, none of us will have losses. The God will grant those people, a repair over their loss. But things that should not happen, when things are happening because people in authority are negligent or they are being selfish, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. And I felt as everybody has been one way or the other, people have been speaking up. This is actually in line with what I do. I'm in the education niche. So if I don't talk about it, it might really be somehow anyway. And because I'm also a mother. And I am also into education, directly or indirectly. So for when people are just, they don't just care. Everybody is just selfish, looking for their own interest. That's what it can cause. Imagine for a 3-year-old. And I only tried to say, okay, because that the third day, which was now the Wednesday, she finished, malaria treatment, 3 days. She finished the anti-malaria. So I was like, oh, at least by now, in fact, I had washed her uniform. I was planning for her to go to school on Thursday to go and do the exam. Because I felt, let me just bullshit their rubbish. It's not all about them. Even though what she did is absolutely wrong, it's a no-no. But, so as not to cause maybe like you started something and you didn't finish it. Like, she has already started there. At least, if anything, let us finish this term. Then I will now start thinking about next term. If she will finish the remaining of the session, the remaining part of the session, fine. The next session, I find my way. You understand? And maybe within the time, I'll already be looking, searching for a better school for her. So, but I just said, okay, let her go. And this thing, I even told her, I told the proprietors right there, I said, I'm not supposed to bring this girl to school. Normally, on Monday morning as I woke up, I even told my husband, I said, I want to take this girl to the hospital, but she's doing exams. I said, and I'm considering the teacher. I said, I was considering your own teacher. And this is the things you can be vomiting and telling me about my own child, about somebody's life, a 3-year-old, and you don't care. And you are saying that as if it doesn't mean anything. If I can care about just, what are we talking about, the schedule, maybe your teacher wants to travel for Christmas or whatever, is that as important as another person's child's life? And if I can be considerate, thinking about you people that, okay, let me not create more work for you. Okay. I honestly, I was just like, well, no. And mind you, don't think that maybe my daughter is not dull at all. At all. I don't even want to say what is happening. Because I know what I took her to that school to go and learn is not what they are even teaching. What I took her to go and learn is handwriting. Because I don't have that patience to teach her that handwriting, unlike all the other things that she does. Those of you that have been watching my channel before, you know her academic capabilities even before she entered that school. So it's not about that. It's not about maybe, the teacher was concerned because the girl does not respond or she's not. No, it's not about that. at all. It's not about that. Even despite the days that she missed school, she will come back and still catch up fast, because even me on my own, I try to make sure I keep her pace. And she is far ahead of what they are even teaching. So it's not about that. It's not about that. But I honestly, I don't see any moral justification for what she did, honestly. But perhaps she thinks I was telling her a lie. I don't know, but honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Even if she thinks I was telling her a lie, that is not the way to find out the truth. Abi, if you want to find out the truth from somebody, there's a way you ask. You ask stylishly, oh, this and that, oh, was her body hot, or was it this? Maybe when the person is now giving you the thing, I know that, oh, okay, this person just for me. This child there's nothing wrong actually with the child. Or you can't just assume that I'm saying, why would I lie that my daughter is sick? Like, for what? Remember, I don't even tell lies. Secondly, why would I even lie with such a thing? So let me just hang it here, and I pray that our leaders in this country would really sit up. We are all praying that things will start taking turns for the better in this country, because enough of human abuse. We are humans. We shouldn't act as if we are inhuman. That what she did was just, I don't know. So I don't want this to be too long, because I guess it's long already. But subscribe to this channel, as we used to say. My brother, no be that bring me come today, Jerry, but subscribe, show us some love, encourage us. Make sure, even if you don't, whatever, just make sure you give this video a thumbs up. That's very important. And drop a comment, whatever you to also experience. Yeah, that's even more important. Drop a comment, and if it's just anything you want to say, just please drop a comment. Say no more bully. Say that in the comment section. No more abuse. Even if it's just justice for Sylvester you want to put, all good and fine, because I believe everything is still in line, and I pray that everyone that is involved will be fished out. Yeah, I was involved in that. I pray that they will be fished out, and they'll be thoroughly dealt with as should be, because I can't even imagine those boys themselves hiding themselves. Like, they have the conscience high at this age to kill somebody else and bury it. What parents are teaching their children, Honestly, that's why I just felt I should do this. My channel does a lot, deals in parenting tips and all that, and also education of children. So it's right up my alley. So I just felt I should do this. Okay, so she's actually recovering. She's getting better, and by God's grace, will be discharged tomorrow morning. So she's getting better, at least little by little. Her appetite is improving now, and the temperature has more or less gone. But by the time I even brought her to the hospital, I showed you now. So she had to be on fluid and all that for till this morning. So I thank God for perfecting our healing, and by God's grace will be discharged tomorrow. So thank you everyone for your love. I know I've not really laughed and smiled in this video like my usual self. Don't be shy. It is well. Thank you. Bye. See you in my next video.